Today is a very exciting day. Doesn't sound very exciting when you put it that way, but as some of you might know, back in the early 2000s, I picked up, or had got, as my first introduction to really working on computers and fixing them up, 3 Dell Latitude XPi laptops. 2 of them were P133STs, one of them was a P100ST, or maybe it was a P100SD, I actually don't remember. Although if I remember right, the D stood for Passive Matrix Display, for DSTN, which I know that none of the 3 machines had that, so anyway, it doesn't really matter. Unfortunately, those are long gone. They just up and disappeared one day in 2007, and I'm still really upset about that, because there were a lot of things that I would like to have had back from then that I don't have anymore. So I've been looking for one since then, and apparently they're actually pretty difficult to find. I haven't found a single one. The closest I came is I think there was an XPi P75D at the thrift store that was all beat up, and they wanted like $20 for it, and I didn't think that it was really worth it, so didn't pick that up. But time and eBay make everything come to fruition, because I got one. Here it is. It's exactly, well, okay, maybe not quite exactly as I remember it. I think, if I remember right, they were actually a little bit chunkier than this, but maybe that's just revisionist history, I don't know. But this is a Dell Latitude XPi. It's upside down. Model P133ST, which you might have been able to see there for a second. There we go. It is missing the door over that, and it also was missing the trackball and the little locking ring for the trackball, so I had to buy a separate little thing here. What I did, and I could probably resell this for some amount of money. Probably not what I paid for it, but you can at least resell it. Now, it doesn't have a hard drive. That was the other thing that was missing. It does have the caddy, so I can install a hard drive. And of course, obviously I will be doing that. It's a little tight, because the machine is not in the best condition, but again, you know, considering I only gave about $30 for it, who cares? So let me get that back in and we'll take a look at the rest of this. And we'll start here. So there's your hard drive carrier. This is focus. 2 PC card slots. I think they're card bus compatible, but they might not be. This might be old enough that they're not. One type, I don't know, I forget the types. I think it's 2 type 2, 1 type 3 for PCMCIA. There's power switch. This is a little, I mean, it's not broken or anything. It's a little foot, which there's one on the other side as well, which I'll show you in a minute, but that will allow you to prop the machine up. If we take a look at the back, this is something that gave me a little bit of pause. A little power adapter input. Takes an 18.5 volt input, which is odd in and of itself. There's a docking station connector there. Again, this is a little finicky because it's not in the best condition. You've got VGA. Not sure what's making that noise. VGA, PS2, serial, parallel, and you can see here's some hinge damage over here. That seems to be a common problem with laptops of this era. There's the battery, which is missing the pull-out thing, unfortunately. There's the other foot. It's got infrared, which I don't remember mine having. I also don't remember mine having audio. So maybe this is a slightly revised model. Come to think of it, I think I remember them being chunkier than this. You know, quite a bit taller, more like the Toshiba laptops of the time, but maybe that's just revisionist history. Go ahead and open it. You can see this is definitely exactly the way I remember it. With the Pentium logo up there. Designed for Microsoft Windows 95. Latitude XPi. Now, of course, mine, I had, because being the kid that I was, I put stickers all around the outside of it. And I think the other one that I ended up saving, because I made 2 good working machines out of the 3, since all of them had problems, I think the other one ended up in the same situation, just random stickers. But anyway, Really nice keyboard. Not the best, but I mean, it's a laptop keyboard. What can you expect? There's a trackball that I replaced, and the click buttons. I think this one's actually broken. Let's go ahead and power this up, because I actually do have power supplies, which are also apparently very difficult to find. But I bought a lot of 6 of them, which is really quite excessive, but it turns out that actually probably was a good idea, because 2 of the 6 were dead out of the box. So that's entertaining. Ha! Look at that. Next little indicator. Now, it's probably going to be very upset with me, because I think it's got onboard memory. It might have 8 megabytes of onboard RAM, but it might not. So I might have to go find my EDO SD RAM for these EDO SODIMMs, or whatever you'd call them. SIM. I think this actually is old enough it uses SIMs. I mean, you can have a look for yourself and decide for yourself. But yeah, it looks like it's got onboard memory, so that's what this is. This is the RAM. These are parity chips. So it uses EDO, Extended Data Output, which in reality is just a pain in the butt. So we'll fire it up, see if it works. Alright. Neo Magic Graph NM2070. Now, I remember mine having a Cirrus Logic video chipset in it. So that's interesting. 8 megs of onboard RAM. Invalid configuration information. It's hanging around, probably because it's got no hard drive. It's upset with me, and I can't remember. I think the key is F2. So we can push F2 and see if it does anything. Time of day not set, hard drive controller. Shit. Well, that stinks. I was kind of afraid of that, because these Latitudes, since they're business grade machines, the password is stored in NVRAM and is not erasable. Now, there are probably all kinds of different tools that you could use to wipe that portion of the NVRAM and all this. You could probably even replace the NVRAM chip, but it's way more effort than I really want to put into this. And I did try before somebody suggests it's in the comments, I did try the BIOSPW.org website, which is supposed to give you BIOS passwords for Dell laptops. The only one that it gave me for the service tag for this machine, which, by the way, is a 5-digit service tag. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. It's a 5-digit service tag as opposed to a 7-digit service tag, which is what the website wants. Although these stars, when you put it in, it'll actually give you something valid. But all it gives me is a hard drive password, which is not going to work for this because this doesn't even have a hard drive in it. So this one's a paperweight. There's not a whole lot I can do. I did message the seller, and I mean, they were nice about it. They said, "We're sorry, we don't know what it is. We'll give you your money back." So I guess there's one thing, but that really wasn't what I wanted. I wanted a working machine. So what do? Well, you find another one. So I did. You see it right here. But before we talk about this, I want to stop and talk about something else. And it is just what a wasteful society we can really be. Let me show you something. There'll be a video about it. And I don't know, it's kind of raining out here right now, but underneath this tarp. Please ignore this stupid bastard kids over there. You can see Maytag. That is a 12,000 BTU window air conditioner. Somebody chucked out. All it needed was oil in the motor, which is supposed to be a permanently lubricated motor, which is the most hilarious thing I've ever heard in my life. Marketing term, really, that's all it is. But that fixed it. I should probably turn this multimeter off. It's been on for the last couple of days. Oops. That radio is the same deal, although I already had that. You saw that in the previous clips. What else have I picked up recently that people have tossed for really no reason at all? There's a microwave oven over there. There's a couple of things out in the shed that dealt with this, which was brand new in the freaking packaging, or at least mostly brand new in the packaging. I'm not going to keep it, though. I'm going to probably just donate that to the thrift store because I have no use for it. Here's the big ones right here. this is a brother printer that we just chucked it out. I picked it up thinking I was going to, fix it up and flip it for a couple bucks. Why not? But as it turns out, it's a color laser. As you can see there. I mean, it needs some help. It makes some really unhappy noises. I don't know if it's still actually powered up. Well, I thought it was. Now it's not turning on. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm an idiot. I don't have the this plugged into the wall. Alright, well, anyway, you'll have to take my word for it then, that it just makes some unhappy noises. But other than the fact that the black is trashed, and I don't know if that's a roller problem, or sorry, not a roller problem, but a drum problem or a cartridge problem. The cartridge seems to be having plenty of fuel, so to speak. The yellow, actually, it's reporting as low, but as you can see, it looks okay. This printout looks fine. So, I don't know why somebody threw this away, and it's only got like 2,600 pages on it. That's kind of a waste. But this is the big waste. Normally, I wouldn't pick up a CRT because, well, I've got enough of them, but I saw this, and it's like, wait a minute, is that a Trinitron? And it is. It's a Dell UltraScan P991. Manufactured in July of 2000. That somebody stole from Nortel. There's a Nortel asset tag underneath the speaker, which I also picked up. Probably nothing wrong with the speaker either, but it's only one of them, so I might do some nefarious things with that. But, no, chuck this on the side of the road, works perfectly fine. The focus is actually really good on it. For being a 20-year-old monitor that came out of a business environment, it's really quite amazing how good a shape this is in, but I couldn't believe that. Somebody threw away a Trinitron. These are valuable. Anyway, I picked up a couple fans, too. There's one sitting there. Unfortunately, that one doesn't seem to really work. It needs a new motor. I think the motor windings are shot. What else have I picked up? I don't know. I don't really want to... Oh, there's a TV over here. This LG needs a couple capacitors on the board, the power supply board. There's a monitor back there that needs some backlight work. But still, all this stuff is easily fixable. You could flip it for... pretty decent chunk of change. I picked up a Nintendo Wii. I almost forgot about that. A full Wii system. I got all the other parts sitting somewhere else. Works perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. Bunch of games in there that are actually probably pretty decent. Like, really? Why would you throw that away? I don't get it. I got another microwave sitting out in the shed. It's perfectly fine. Got a couple toasters. Somebody cut the cord on one, but it works perfectly fine otherwise. There's a deep fryer, although I really don't have much of a use for that. I mean, like, come on. Yeah, see, there are the Wii parts right there. Anyway, I'd rather use a real camera for this, but I started this video with this phone, so might as well just keep going. And I think I've just spent a good 7 minutes waffling on about trash pick stuff. But anyway, so back to the laptop. This is a Targus bag. It's actually a dual laptop bag, which is pretty neat. It was packaged quite a bit better than what you'll see here. I've removed the packaging material just to make sure that everything that was supposed to be here is here. And it is. If I could find the zipper, you can actually go ahead and open this. And I probably should just lift this off, but I'm not going to. Real pain to do that with one hand, especially when your finger is messed up, as mine is. So we go ahead here, we can take out the laptop, and you can see that it basically looks exactly the same. Well, this one's in a little bit better condition. The hinge isn't broken, at least. So we'll get this out of the way, and we'll have a look. It's also got the side piece. Now, this one foot is a little loose, but I don't really care. I can fix that. So here's the battery, which again, I'm pretty sure this is shot. Doesn't do anything. So, it looks the same otherwise. I think this one has a hard drive in it. You can see there. Yeah, it's got a hard drive in it. That's a 1.4 gigabyte IBM drive. I tried putting in, I have my 810 megabyte drives from the other machine. I tried putting them into this one, and it didn't recognize the drives, so that's unfortunate. Maybe there's something wrong with the hard drive controller on it, though I really can't tell, but I mean, it's the same machine. I don't know if this is a little broken, but no, it works just fine. So this one's in really good condition, and I'm quite happy about that. In theory, it works, as long as it doesn't have a freaking password on it. It's missing the 2 stickers. So if I really feel antsy, I may take the bezel off of this one and put it on this, or I may even just take the whole display and put it on this. So let's try this. Already got it plugged in. Let's see what happens. A whole lot of nothing. Power supply's on. Huh. Is it dead? No, here it comes. So that battery must just be trashed. Yep, Neo Magic. Ooh, this one's got RAM in it. Aha! That was the hard drive parking. But we've got 40 megabytes of memory, so it's got a 32 megabyte SIM in it. That could probably come out of there. I have a XPi CD down there that I bought because it showed a power supply in the listing and it didn't come with the power supply. So, anyway, that was actually my first attempt at buying a power supply for these. And I've got that system. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. So there'll probably be a video of that coming up soon. But it's got 16 megs, and somebody tried installing Windows 98 on it, which was not a good thing to do. So here's the BIOS setup. You can see it's green. BIOS revision A07. You can see 1.4 gigabyte hard drive. Everything in there seems to be okay. It's got 2 pages worth of setup. That looks like it's all power management features. So I'm not really going to set anything. I just want to see what this is running. Windows 95. Looks like OSR2 as well. Now, depending upon what this starts up to, I may need to stop this video. Because I really don't know. It sounds like somebody's throwing a rave party somewhere. So what do we got? Norton antivirus. Oh no, it's got Novell in the path. So I might not actually be able to log in on this. Resource Information Management Systems, Inc. There's an asset tag on the bottom, and that's what it said, so it's accurate at least. Oh god. Not Novell NetWare. Speaker. Yeah, see, I don't remember mine having a built-in speaker. Of course, I reinstalled Windows, and I didn't necessarily do it properly, so I didn't load all the drivers, so it might have. But, Oh, alright. Date and time is wrong anyway. I don't really care. Eastern Standard Time. The trackball, yes, I remember it on these. The trackball was kind of picky. See, I wish you could get my hard drive working, because I'd like to save all this stuff, and I probably still can. But there's there's all kinds of data on here. Looks like it's got Citrix WinFrame, some copy of Office, looks like Office 97. There's a white paper. The make versus buy dilemma. That's interesting. Let's see what this does. Well, the updated Idiot Exploiter, at least. Wow. Yeah, this is the way computers used to be. I remember it being about this fast. Alright. Click here. That's really funny. Alright. Data warehousing in the healthcare industry. Published in 1999. Looks like somebody saved web page. So, not as interesting as I was anticipating, but it's their translation. I'm not going to do too much looking into this because I don't want to keep, privacy private. So let's see if that'll even open. Or if Windows just rammed one end of itself straight into the other. Because that doesn't look like it's supposed to. Yep, I think we've lost Windows here. Oh, here we go. Never mind. Yeah, weird 97. Registered to RIMS. Shut down. I didn't ask for that. Translation. Again, just ignore the screaming bastard kids in the background. Oh boy, I don't even know what this is. So, maybe somebody who knows that can describe that to me. So, probably something special that I'm not aware of. I wish that toolbar would get out of my way so I could hit close. There's a white paper, reader, AT&T business dial help. That's obviously not going to work. It's got Outhouse on it. What else do we have here? Ooh, quite a few things. PC Anywhere, Procom, Pick Pluck. Never heard of that before. Purchase. Oh yeah, that's for online stuff. Are you kidding me? There's an ad in the program that's actually working? Wow. That's an old school ad. You don't see those anymore. Honestly, I kind of prefer that to the trash that they're putting in advertisements now. Let's see, Java. Yeah, it's got Novell Noteware on it. It's probably used on a network. I wonder if this has had any viruses on it. So we'll look at the quarantine. And looks like nothing. Alright. I think this video has probably gone on entirely long enough. This segment of video alone is already up at 16 minutes. Does the right click not work? I think I might swap the trackball assembly out of something. Temp at RIMS. Yep, 95B OSR2. That's what this is running. 40 megs of RAM with a Pentium. You got one unknown device. Dial-up adapter, which is not installed. ESS audio drive. Decent choice. Of course, a Neo Magic video chipset. I distinctly remember mine having Cirrus Logic, but maybe it was an option. I don't know, but I think that's going to conclude this, so thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. Hope to see you next time. Till then. Really excited to have this. So there'll be a future video installing Windows 95 on it again. And I'm going to do it from floppy diskette too, because I'm insane.